Hello YouTube, so today's video is going to be a collective message from Santa Muerte, so you can go ahead and pick your pile. Pile number 1 is this, what's it called, blue lace agate. Pile number 2 is black tourmaline. And then pile number 3 is green adventurine. So I will see you in your pile. Alright, pile number 1, your card is the world. So that is your main focus today, the world, which speaks on like closing out cycles and starting something new. But more specifically, the closing part, not necessarily the starting part. The starting part would be the Fool, but this is like the world, so it's like the last step of a journey. You have this Six of Cups. What is upper? Okay, this one's upright. Okay, they're both upright. Knight of Swords, Six of Swords. Why the Six of Cups? Oh my goodness, the cards are falling all over the place. Maybe you're feeling all over the place as this journey comes to an end. It does feel a bit chaotic in here. Okay, so King of Pentacles for that. Knight of Wands. And the Nine of Wands reversed. Okay, so all that's been clarified. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is the cycle that you're closing out is a cycle of like relying on others. And I'm seeing you start to make decisions and go after what you want, but you're not quite used to that because that's just not how you've been operating before. So it is something new for you. But I see it's going pretty smoothly, and I'm not seeing too much stress. Like, it doesn't feel like you're overburdening yourself, and you're looking forward towards the life that you want to create, which is awesome, amazing, love this. So the cycle is a cycle of relying on others, especially, or maybe like financially, that's coming to a close for you. So what else would you like to say? I see the situation. Okay, I see you moving forward in this night energy, so you're not like a king or a queen yet. You're not like super bossed up, if that makes sense. But you're getting there. You're definitely getting there, and you are taking the right steps. It's like this is something you've been working on for a while. You've definitely been trying to like gain your independence for a while. That way the relationships around you can be more healthy. If you're like solid on your own, your relationships also become more solid. And I see, because these two knights is what's directly under the world card. So it's as if like you have been living life as this knight, and you have been moving forward, and you've been making good decisions for yourself, but you're not completely comfortable doing it yet. You're still finding your footing, but it's going smooth. I think this is like a pep talk from Santa Muerte for you. It's more like she's just acknowledging the effort that you've been putting in, and she's really proud of you for that. She's very proud. What is that? Five of Cups. I think you're being hard on yourself because you're not where you want to be yet. Like, you definitely still feel like this Knight of Wands, Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. Like, you're doing your best, but you're aware that you're out of your element. But the thing about life is pushing past your comfort zone is just the ticket to growth, and you are growing, and there's no reason for you to be feeling this Five of Cups. Like, you look so stressed and sad and down about yourself. Five of Wands. Yeah, two fives. It's like you're still putting up a fight where there really is no fight. You are growing at your own pace, and you're doing really well, but you feel internally like it's not good enough because it's not, you haven't reached the finish line yet. You're still at the world card. You're not quite at the full. You haven't started that new beginning, but like the cycle is closing. And the Temperance came out. So it's like, this is a card about like healing and balance. So you're finding your own balance. And you have the Nine of Swords under there, but I'm seeing a lot of anxiety coming from you, which I totally sympathize with, because maybe this reading's for me. This reading sounds a lot like me. So if it's connecting with you, I'm right there with you, dude. I promise. Like, I totally feel where you're at, of like being stressed about not growing fast enough and feeling like you haven't put in enough work, even though she's saying that you have. And it's good that you've acknowledged that you're not exactly where you want to be, so you still have something to move forward to. But there's no need to continue to beat yourself up about it or worry about the outcomes that you're getting, because realistically, if you take a breather in a moment and you take a look around at the outcomes that you have so far, it's not so bad. It's really not. It might not be exactly what you had envisioned or had expected, but maybe acknowledge that you are doing good and you have grown a lot. Like, think about where you were a year ago. Would you trade places with the person you were a year ago? And if the answer is no, that is a great sign that you are progressing. And you're not even a page, you're a knight. Your page is like one step down from a knight. So you're already better than you were, and I think you know that. I think you see the growth that you had, but you have such high expectations about yourself that you're still disappointed about that growth. Like, let's say you like plant a strawberry plant and you expect to have like a whole bunch of strawberries, like buckets full, but you only end up with like 5 strawberries from this one plant. But that's the thing, that's normal. Like, one plant producing 5 strawberries its first year, that's pretty normal. And it may not be the abundance that you expected, but it is something, and it's definitely worth celebrating. So I think the whole point of this message was just to remind you of the growth that you have done, and you definitely did do the work. So acknowledge the work that you put in and just accept where you're at. And yes, keep moving forward, but try and let go of this 5 of Cups and 5 of Wands energy, that energy of like, oh, I didn't make it, I didn't do enough, I'm not good enough, like that kind of stuff. Just let it go. Because Santa Muerte here, she sees you and she is like really proud of you. She really is. And she wants you to be proud of yourself. So try and find some way that you can be more proud of yourself. 10 of Wands. Yeah, don't overburden yourself. Maybe talk it out with like a friend or something if you can. Just let someone around you know how you're feeling. And I feel like talking about this will make you feel a lot better, and it will help you feel a lot less alone. Because if you have people around you that care about you, that's a blessing in itself. And take some time to appreciate that and also utilize that. Like, our connections are super important to us, like as human beings. And I feel like just taking this burden off of yourself by talking about it with someone else is going to be super beneficial for you. And that is the advice that she has here for you today. Thank you so much for listening. Be proud of yourself. And that is the entire message for you today. Hope to see you around and have a nice day. Alright, so my pile number 2s, let's see what your card is. Okay, your main card is the Ace of Pentacles. So this reading is going to be about some kind of new beginning within your physical life. Maybe a new job, maybe a new home. Let's see. Oh, that flew out like crazy. Okay. Queen of Swords. Death card reversed. And 7 of Pentacles. Why Queen of Swords? The upright, or is it upright? No, it is reversed. Okay. Devil reversed. Okay, so I'm seeing you're sharpening your tongue a little bit and you're willing to speak up for yourself now. Like if you see something that's holding you back or some kind of situation, you're gonna speak your mind. You're gonna say something now, which is great because yes, stand up for yourself. Death reversed. Why is the Death reversed card coming out? Not gonna lie, I feel a little confused right now. And I don't even know why I'm confused. I haven't even really started the reading. I'm still pulling cards. Two of Pentacles. With the Death reversed. Okay, so it seems like something's out of balance and that's causing some confusion. Why is Seven of Pentacles? Six of Swords. Okay. Alright, so what I'm seeing is you're trying to work towards this new beginning, this new Ace of Pentacles. But there's something that's out of balance. Maybe you're over considering something that doesn't have as much power over the situation as you think it does. If that makes sense. It's like something's trying to hold you back, but you don't want it to hold you back. Okay. This fell all the way over here. Six of Wands reversed. So it's like a fear of failure in some way. And 10 of Wands. And you're not sure how heavily you should be taking this situation into consideration. That's what it is. It's like you see something that could potentially be an issue, but you're not sure how much weight you should give that situation. Because you have the Moon, and the Moon is about like mystery and whatnot, and the unknown, and the Knight of Wands. So I feel like this new beginning that you're facing, it is a bit mysterious to you. You're not sure how it's going to play out, but it's something that you want to do, but you don't feel super confident in doing. So I'm seeing you kind of stuck in like this limbo area where you're like, I want to move forward with something, but there's this other thing that I'm not too sure about. Maybe it's like a fear of failure, like I was saying. It's like, maybe this isn't going to work out, so maybe I shouldn't even try. I'm seeing a lot of uncertainty. You're feeling a lot of uncertainty, but you're trying to cut that out. You're trying to cut out the uncertainty so you can move forward peacefully and grow what it is that you're trying to grow. Eight of Cups, the Tower. Okay, I'm seeing like a fear that moving forward will cause something to come bite you in the butt. Because on the bottom you have the Five of Pentacles, which is kind of giving like a broke card. Like I think of like brokies in that situation. Okay, so given that this is an Ace of Pentacles, I'm thinking it's some kind of new career path or a new job that you're trying to start, but you're not sure how it's gonna go. So you're kind of you're acknowledging this devil energy that's trying to hold you back in this 10 of Wands, but you still want to move forward even though this doubt and this fear of failure is still here in the back of your mind. Because I'm seeing all of this like together. Like this is a fear that you're having and it keeps kind of coming up and you're a bit scared. You're a bit worried about that because you don't want to end up in a Five of Pentacles situation where you're broke. Because who wants to be broke, right? So this balance that I was talking about here is like you're trying to weigh out your options. Like, okay, one option is to stay at this job that I'm already working at that I know I don't like, but I know it pays the bills and I know my lifestyle is still comfortable while I'm working this job that I don't like. Or I can take this leap of faith on something else that I'm not too sure how it's gonna play out, and that's very scary for me. It might just be a better option for me to stay at this other job. But then you are also here with the Queen of Swords trying to cut out that negativity. Like all of this right here is negativity, and then everything over here is growth, and they seem pretty like balanced. Like you have the same amount of negative energy as you do like well, there's a couple more cards over here. Let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like you're slightly, let me separate it in the way I'm seeing it. And then you are this Queen of Swords in the middle, right? So here you are trying to figure out which way to go, which Ace of Pentacles you want to do. And on this side, you are seeing the negatives of the situation and the possibilities of the situation. But then on the other side, you're also seeing the mystery and the potential for this situation, for changing your situation. So what advice do you have for them here? 8 of Wands. Okay. The advice I'm getting here is if you're not sure, it's okay to not move forward yet. Like if you are at this job and it's paying your bills and you like, let's say you're an accountant, but you want to be like a full-time YouTuber, right? What she's saying here is you don't have to jump 100% into being a full-time YouTuber. You don't have to quit your job and put all of your energy into that. You can acknowledge this stuff because it's very valid. You could keep your accounting job and just start with YouTube and start building that momentum on the side and keep what's going to help you be comfortable during that time, if that's what you want to do. Like you don't have to full dive, straight up jump into that. It's okay to take a slower approach. It doesn't have to be all or nothing, because I think these worries that you have are very valid, and you gotta eat, right? You gotta pay the bills, you gotta eat. So not moving too fast will help you be more comfortable on this journey. And it's okay to slow down. I'm seeing here, you have the 3 of Wands, Justice reversed, the World, and the Page of Wands. So yeah, I see you looking forward towards what could go wrong again. Like you are a bit focused on what could go wrong, and it's like, it's really holding you back from like being a Page of Wands, because the Page of Wands is reversed. What I'm getting is you're not really going for it. But I think what she's suggesting here is you become the Page of Wands, but not the Fool. I'm not seeing the Fool card. Nope, there's the Ace of Wands. So yeah, Page of Wands, Ace of Wands. Don't take the full leap of faith, but like start dabbling. Make it like a side thing. Make it your passion that keeps you going. Because it's okay to have a boring job and then have something that you love to do to go home to. Like that's totally cool. You don't have to put so much pressure on this working out, especially because these fears are not going to go away overnight. And if you're putting so much pressure on this working out, if it doesn't work out, it's going to be a very difficult and burdensome situation for you. So yeah, just take it slow and ignite that passion in you. Definitely start working towards all this, but take a very slow and grounded approach to it. There's no reason to jump with a full leap of faith. It's okay to not have complete faith in this situation at the moment. Maybe you're just not ready for that, and that's totally fine, because it's very possible that the situation isn't even ready for you, right? Like, let's say you do want to be this YouTuber. Maybe your audience that is going to really like appreciate you and support you isn't even watching that kind of video yet. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you are a revolutionary person and what you want to do does not even exist yet, but you know you can make it happen. Definitely start. Go ahead and start. Be the Page of Wands, because this isn't the knight, the king, or the queen. This is like the baby. You're very much like a baby in this situation. And you wouldn't ask a baby to pay the bills, right? You allow them to grow and develop, and you learn and you teach and you focus on that, and you love doing that, right? But it's okay to keep this old boring job in the back. Like, that's fine. That's going to help you. It's going to help support you through this journey. So yeah, I think that's the whole message. You don't have to make any rash decisions. And if you feel like you're not ready for this, that's okay. Baby steps, and continue your life in a way that feels good and that feels comfortable for you. And that's everything I have for this reading today. I hope this was helpful for someone out there. And if it was, feel free to leave me a like and subscribe if you want to see more readings from me. And I would really appreciate that. So I hope to see you around, and goodbye. Okay, my pile number 3s. Your card is the Hanged Man. Okay, so you have a new perspective on something, or she's asking you to have a new perspective on something. Let's see. But the Hangman is definitely a card about a change in perspective, and these cards are flying out like crazy. Okay, first thing I see, Queen of Swords and the Hermit. The Queen of Swords was the first card in another pile, so if you felt drawn to another pile, it might be something there for you. You have the Empress, and then, well, okay, what order did, okay, this way, 8 of Pentacles, Page of Wands reversed, and the King of Wands reversed. Okay, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, I think this really does seem like a continuation of the other pile that I was talking about, because I'm seeing a new perspective on this idea that you have, right? Like, you have some idea, and let me tell you, it is a genius idea. I can tell. I can feel it. What is that? 7 of Cups. Okay. There's a lot of ways that this idea can play out. So acknowledge that. Know that you do not know how this is all going to play out. And what is this perspective change you're asking? Queen of Swords. 8 of Pentacles. So I see you very willing to work on this idea that you have gotten. The Empress, but the Page of Wands reversed. Okay, I think the idea still needs some time in the cooker. Like, it's not fully baked yet. Like, you have a very vague idea of this idea, if that makes sense. It's like you kind of know what you want, but you're not entirely sure on what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I know I want pizza for dinner, but I don't know what kind of pizza. Like, there's so many options. I could go meat lovers, I could go supreme, I could get straight up pepperoni. I don't know, but I know I want pizza. So it's like your mind is made up on something, and you definitely want that thing, but there's a lot of ways that that thing can exist. So I think the Hanged Man is actually getting more clear on your perspective, because normally in the Hanged Man card, the Hanged Man is upside down to get a new perspective, but that's not how it is here. This Hanged Man is upright, but his head is kind of disconnected from his body. So it's like you're trying to find the connection between your idea and your physical reality and what you can do with that, because you are willing. I see you're willing to put in the work here with the 8 of Pentacles, but you're not sure what work to be putting in. Like, let's say if you want to be an artist, you know you want to be an artist, but there's so many mediums of art. Like, do you want to work with paints? Do you want to work with marker, colored pencil, like pens? Like, there's so many options. And you have this wonderful idea, but you're not sure, like, what to physically do about it. So it's kind of like a half-baked idea. And the advice I'm kind of getting for this situation is to, like, think on it some more. I'm saying, like, visualization here, because here's this hermit figure, and he's here with his little lantern, and the lantern looks a lot like the idea. So I would say just go ahead and lay down, close your eyes, and just visualize what would make you feel the best, right? Like, let's say you want to be an artist, so you decide, all right, let me think what kind of artist I want to be, and then visualize what kind of art would feel the best to make. And maybe you come up with the idea of, like, sculpture. You are thinking and just visualizing you working with clay and making creations in that way, and that's how you would know this is the direction that I want to go in. And of course, things can change along the way, but I think you just need some more visualization to get clearer on what it is you need to do. And when you start visualizing, maybe it's something that you can't do yet. Like, let's say your idea is you want to do specifically like pottery and make pots and clays, but you don't have the whole setup. You don't have a kiln and all that. So maybe you could start with just like some air dry clay or some polymer clay. That stuff is pretty cheap to get at like Walmart. So start small and things will adjust, because maybe you think you want to do pottery, but then when you start working with like polymer clay, this little Santa Muerte figure is made out of polymer clay, by the way. So maybe you start making stuff like this and you're like, actually, this is a lot of fun and this is the direction I want to go in. So yeah. And you got the success card that came out, like the victory card, 6 of Wands. So visualize yourself being successful at this idea that you have. I'm seeing the Queen of Wands reversed on the bottom. So you have all of these reversed, which is interesting. It's like the passion's there, but it's not organized. It's kind of all over the place. So visualizing yourself being successful with this idea is going to help you to decide on what the first step is. And like what can you do now that is going to get you one step closer to where you want to be. Right, anything else? Ace of Pentacles. Okay, literally you have to be from pile 2. There's no way you're not, because this was their card. That was their card. And got the Ace of Cups and the Page of Swords and the High Priestess on the bottom. So yeah, with this, was this supposed to be upright or reversed? Okay, it did come out reversed. I flipped it myself. So think on it is what I'm getting. Think on it, think on it, think on it. Just allow that idea to bake some more, because I feel like you're very passionate about making this thing happen, but you haven't really thought any of it through. So just give yourself some time to think it through, because even this Page of Swords looks a lot like the High Priestess, because you see how they're both looking at their papers? So it's like you technically are this Page of Swords, which is like kind of immature, not really know what's going on, not knowing how to think, but it's also backed by the High Priestess energy. So the High Priestess is very intuitive, and she just kind of like knows. She knows. So I think that's where you're at right now. You're thinking, I see writing, maybe write about it, journal about it. And then on this side, she's also reading. So study into the area of this idea, like the subject. Gain more knowledge on it, and also think about like what you want out of it, and just get more clear on that. Just now's the time for you to sort out your brain, right? Get some good, you have the good idea, but now like start a bullet list. Like you have the main topic, but now you need like to break it down and to learn some more and gain some skill and gain some knowledge about this situation. That way you are able to move forward and be more successful. And now that I'm looking back at this Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Cups reversed, I think she's asking you to think like realistically, I guess. Like think about your physical situation, your financial situation and all that. Don't act too much on emotion, because you might be very excited about this, but it might take longer than you think, and you have a lot of learning and a lot of development to do before you reach this 6 of Wands. Like the 6 of Wands is definitely possible for you, but you know, you have to learn and you have to put in that work, which you are willing to do. So she's just asking you to slow down and get really grounded in it and start taking those little steps, especially when it comes to studying and getting clear in your mind about what you want. And yeah, that's everything I have for this reading, I think, unless she wants to say something else. 4 of Swords and the Hierophant. Okay, so what I'm getting with that is just allow it to rest. Don't feel pressure to jump on it and get everything done right now, because even through the rest and as you put this idea down and focus on other things, you're going to be learning some lessons. There's some lessons you have to learn. It could be like skill development or like social lessons, even if it's some kind of like career thing. But there's just some behind the scenes lessons that you're learning about the situation that's not quite ready yet, but you are on the right track. But this new perspective that she's asking of you is going to help, and that requires some rest and just slowing down. It reminds me a lot of like this hermit card that came out. So yeah, I think really overall what she's asking you to do is just slow down and think about it. Just think some things through. Get more clear on specifics, like what specifically are you going towards, and visualize that. Think about that. And then after you get more clear on that, then start taking physical action towards what you want. That way you're not just wasting your energy. Because if you go into something not knowing what you want, you're just going to start doing a whole bunch of random crazy things that might not even really add up to what your ultimate goal is. So if you want to reach this ultimate goal, get clear on what the goal is, and then take the steps instead of like aimlessly taking action, and that's going to help you out. And I hope this was helpful in some kind of situation. And that is everything I have for you today. So thanks for listening. If it resonated, feel free to leave me a like. Also, if you're willing to share, I would love to know what you're up to, because she says the idea is genius and she likes your idea and she wants you to follow through with it. And that's why this message is here, just to give you that encouragement and also give you some advice on this journey. And if you want more advice from Santa Muerte, I do readings from her pretty often. So feel free to subscribe to see more of those. And yeah, I hope to see you around and have a nice day. Oh, actually, another thing that I just got as I was putting the cards away is she wanted me to let you know the reason that she's really asking you to like visualize and stuff is so she knows what you want as well. It's so you know what you want, so you know what actions you could take, but then she also can know what it is you're working for, so she can help you on the other side, you know? Like she can help lead you towards what you want if you're clear on what you want, and she'll know like, okay, you want this, so let me give you this because that's going to help you get there, and that kind of situation. So yeah, the visualization is good for you, but it's also good for her so she can help you on the other side. And that's it. Thank you and goodbye.